Now let's understand what are variables. Variable is a placeholder or container which holds the value. Here a is a variable, or you can say integer x is equal to 40. X is a variable, which means it is storing a numeric value. When you want to store something, you consider that as a variable. A variable is assigned with a data type. You cannot simply say like x equal or y equal to 45, right? Because 5 is 45, but 45 can be integer, short, or byte. You need to mention the data type. Variable is a name of a memory location. There are three types of variables in Java: local, instance, and static. This is again a common question in interview. What is the difference between local, instance, and static? We will see that, right? So in the previous example, whenever you mention integer x is equal to 4 or integer x equal to 10, integer always takes 4 bytes of memory. If I create two variables, then your program is taking 8 bytes of memory. All right. Now let's see the difference between local variable, instance variable, and static variable. Okay. Let's see one example demo now. I'll create a new file for this. I'll give it as variable demo. I will give it as variable demo. I got a main function. Okay. Before this integer, I'll take x equal to 100. Integer x is equal to 100 is a local variable. How I am saying it as a local variable? A local variable is something which is declared inside a method or a function. Main is a function, we know that, and inside a function you are declaring a variable, and that is called local variable. A variable which is declared inside a function is called a local variable. And here, let's say if I'm just typing something, this is local variable. Whenever you write something, it is Java compiler will understand what is this, right? So to remove this, or our Java compiler should not understand this, right? So then I'll use something called as comment. When you use this slash, that is called comment. What happens when you write this? Our Java compiler will not compile this. So let's see one example here first. CLS Java C. Our program name is variable demo.java, but I did not save this. I'll copy this, click on file, click on save. I'll give the file name variable demo, save it, compile it. You see there is lot of errors. What is this? This is not understanding by compiler. So what I'll do, I'll make it as a comment. Whenever you see in a edit place it's a green, that means it's a comment. The compiler will not understand about the compilers. This is just for developer understandability. Java C variable, it compiles fine. Now this is a local variable, and if I want to print a local variable, I'll simply say system.out.println and the name is x. Save this, compile it again. There is a typo, you just make it a T here, compile it again. Perfect. Now execute it. Variable demo, it prints 100. It prints 100. I also want to print x some string here. Okay, so right now let me create one more local variable, y equal to 200. Y equal to 200. And then I'll copy this and I'll say y. Now let's compile this. All right. Now I'm getting 100 and 200. But if you are at someone is executing your program, if they just see 100 and 200, what is 100? Is it x or is it y? You don't know, right? The user doesn't know. So that for that I just want to mention some string here, some additional info, right? So you can say double quotes plus, you'll say double quotes plus and say x value is, x value is, then use the plus as the concatenator and then give the variable name. Here I'll say y value is double quotes plus y. Save this, compile it again. Java C variable demo.java. Execute it. Now it says x value is 100, y value is 200. You can also print something like this, is equal to, okay, like that. All right, now you have understand what is a local variable. And local variable you cannot access outside of this function. Local variable you cannot access outside of this function. So I'll create one more function called void print numbers. I'll say system.out.println. Then I'll say same thing, I'll copy this. And now I want to call this print numbers function. How do I call this print function? First you create an object v1, or you can say object1 for now, new variable demo. Okay, now I have an object. This object, with this object I am calling print numbers. What should happen? You are calling a function and that function is printing the value of x. Let's see what error we will get. It gives me an error saying that I cannot find symbol in line number 14. What is line number 14 here? System.out.println value x. X is not identified, which means a local variable cannot be used outside of a function. So what I'll do, let me just paste it here. I'll take this x out of this. Okay, let me take this out. So now I have a object, or let me take this object as well. All right, so when I'm trying to print that value, it is giving me an error, right? So without this, let's say if I'm trying to call that local variable, I'm getting an error. So what we need to do, we need to create an instance variable. Instance variable is something which is declared inside a class. Okay, so inside a class I have created a variable called x, and this is a instance variable. And this instance variable you can access inside a function with the help of object. For example, I want to print, let's take it out, this one. I'll say print number function. I want to print this message. How can I print? A function is executed with the help of object, right? A class can contain variable which is I'll say number equal to 100. This is an instance variable. And then a class may contain function. I'll say void print data function. Now a function or a variable can only be accessed with the help of object. Why Java is object oriented program? Everything is accessed with the help of object, right? So I need to create an object for data class and then I can access. So now I want to call this print number function, but print number function is inside variable demo. So let me create an object here, variable demo v1, or let's say object1 is equal to new variable demo. You need to, this is a syntax to create an object. You need to give the class name and then create your own object name and use the new keyword and then the constructor. We will see this, what is the constructor. Now I have the object. Let me call this obj1 dot print numbers. Print numbers. Let's see if I'm getting the output. Java C variable demo.java. It compiles and execute. So I'm printing the y value and also I'm getting the output. Now I have the variable which is 100. With the help of object, I need to print the number. So I'll say system.out.println. I want to print x value, which is instance variable value is equal to plus obj. Actually, you're calling that function with the object, so you can print it directly. Okay. X. Save it. Java C variable demo.java. Now execute it. Okay. Instance variable is 100. But why I am not calling with the object? Because object itself is calling the function and this function is printing the value of this. But if you want to print the value directly, you can write here, right? So system.out.println, I want to print directly x value is plus x. No, sorry. If I say x, it will give me an error. So I'll say object1 dot x. Java variable demo dot java. Java variable demo. You see, first it is calling print function. You are getting the instance variable value 100 and then x value is 100, which means inside a function you are calling the x because x belongs to instance variable. Fine. And this function is called by object. So that's the reason you are able to access. But here in this case, inside a main function, you are trying to call a instance variable directly. If you are calling instance variable directly, then you need to call with the help of object. But if the function is already triggered by object, you can access directly. Okay, we'll see more examples. Now the another one is a static variable. Static variable is something, I'll say static integer z is equal to 300. Static variable. This is again interview question. Can you explain the difference between a static variable and other variables, right? Like the instance variable. The difference between the instance variable and static variable is you can see that I'm adding a static keyword. The first difference is that static variable you can access with the help of class name instead of object. For example, let me create here, I'll show you one example here. System.out.println. I'll say z static value is equal to, what is the class name? Is a variable demo dot x. Okay, x. Okay, let's execute variable demo dot java. Oh, this is z actually. Okay, now print variable demo. So z is printed. So a static variable you can access directly with the help of variable demo. But why it is access important? Why instance variables are called with the help of object, whereas static variable you're calling with the help of class name? We will see that. I'll create a new. All right, let's create something called as product. Okay, let's create a class name called as product. Here I'll say product ID, which is product ID will be, okay, I'll just create product ID, and then I'll create price. So price can be float, or you can say double price. How many products you want to create? I want to create 2 products. Product P1 is equal to new product. So this is my first object. P1 is first object. Product P2 is equal to new product, which is the second product, second object. So let's understand one concept here. I have created 2 objects here, which is P1 and P2. So here P1 what happens and P2 what happens, we will see. You whenever you create a object is equal to new, for which class? That is a product class, and these are the instance variables. For every instance variable for this object, it will allocate the memory. So here it says for product ID, here it says product price, here it says product ID, here it says product price. So that for the first product you can store the product ID like 101, and you can store the product price $50 rupees or dollars, right? So same thing, you can store 102 as the product ID and $100 as the price. So for every object it will allocate the memory for these instance variables. Now I want to store something here, right? So I'll say P1 dot ID is equal to 100, P1 dot price equal to 45 point something, 45.50 cents. Same thing for a second product, I'll say ID equal to 102. For the second product price, I'll say P2 dot price equal to, what would we say, maybe 100.60 cents. Okay, is equal to 100.60. All right, so we are storing some values here. Now I can print this. Now PID got this, PID product 1 price, everything we have it. I'll say system.out.println first product, which is plus P1.id, which prints the ID, and I'll give some space, and then I'll give colon here, and then I'll say plus P1 dot price. Okay, I'll just copy this. All right. So I got p2.id. I'll say second product, p2.price. Fine. Save this as product.java. Perfect. So we have everything now. I created an instance variable for every object. It is allocating memory and you can store some data related to that product. Save this and compile. Java C product.java, Java space product. You can see it prints the ID first, which is 100, and it prints the 45.5. And for second product, it prints the ID and then it prints the price. Okay. All right. Maybe you can say first product ID, then you can say price, just to understand better. Okay. Okay, now it prints product ID equal to 100 and product price is something. Now, what is the speciality of this static, right? So I'll say static uh, integer location. This product is available in so and so zip code, right? I'll say 91367 as the zip code, or you can say zip code is the variable, and this is a static variable. This is a static variable. Okay, no need to declare anything here. I'll just say static. This is common for both the products. This is common for both the products. If it is not a common thing, right? If you are not mentioning static, what is the problem? Every time you need to say for first product, the zip code is 91367. And again for this product, the zip code is 91367. Unnecessarily, you are allocating memory for every object. Imagine you have 500 products in a company, you are creating 500 times, right? When the zip code is common, why should I create an instance variable? I call it as a static. Now what I will do, static object can be created by product class dot zip code is equal to 91367. So this zip code, product.zip code, you are assigning by the class name. So if it is a static, it allocates the memory only once. So for this static variable, it allocates separately, which is product is the class, and for the product it is allocating the memory only once, which is 91367 zip code. So whenever every object can access this with the help of product. So let's see here. I want to print the zip code for this and zip code for this, right? So simply I'll say, you already stored here, you assign some zip code to the static variable. Just scroll right side and just say plus double quotes zip code is equal to plus, how can I access? Product dot zip code, product dot zip code. Same thing, I'll copy paste here. Save this, come back to the compiler. Java C, again compile it, product.java, and then say Java product. You can see here product ID, product price, the zip code is common, it is printing here. So if you want more space, give some space here. Okay. Java C product.java, Java product. So now you can see there is a price, there is a zip code. So whenever there is a common allocation for a program, you will be using that variable as a static. All right, now we have seen the demo. Local variables are something which you declared inside a function, and local variable cannot be a static keyword. Okay, an instance variable declared inside the class but outside the body of a function, it's called instance variable. It is not declared as a static keyword, right? And it is called an instance variable because its value is instance specific and not shared among the instances. Instance is nothing but object. Every instance variable belongs to the object. And static variable, we have seen, it is declared as static because we are using static keyword, and it is shared across all the objects.